Hi, I'm Lisa Zabaniak from Life Like You Mean It. And today we're talking about the shadow work that you can do for your heart chakra to get ready to release with the full moon. This video is in three parts. First, we're going to have a look at what the heart chakra looks like when it is balanced versus when it is imbalanced. Second, we're going to look at three journal prompts that are beautiful for you to use for your shadow work to start getting clear on what you're ready to release. And part three, we're going to look at some rituals that you can do at home to help you to release that which is no longer serving you. So let's get started. So, part one, our heart chakra is dealing with love and healing and acceptance of ourselves and others. And so, when it is in balance, you would feel loving and cheerful, peaceful, compassionate, all of the wonderful things that you typically associate with your heart, right? Open to love, open to receiving, etc. Now, when your heart chakra is out of balance, like all of the other chakras, we can be overactive or we can be underactive. So, when we're overactive, we tend to give too much of ourselves. We don't know how to say no here. We people please, we have a codependency. Versus when we are underactive, we have a lot of trouble opening up to people, right? It's the exact opposite problem. We feel blocked from our emotions. We don't want to be expressing anything. We don't even think there's necessarily any emotion to express. Side note, if you are loving this video as much as I know you are, I've got a beautiful free meditation for you to go ahead and download. The link for which is down in the description of this video, and it is a chakra balancing meditation. Enjoy. So, part two of our video, we are going to look at journal prompts that we can do prior to the full moon so that we can get clear on what it is that we want and are ready to release. So, the journal prompts, if you haven't seen my video before about doing shadow work, particularly, then go ahead and click on this card here so that you can look at that. Generally speaking, without the chakra involved, just what we can do here for our preparing to release. So, using our journal prompts today, literally, we are going to get out a journal or we're a voice recorder if that works better for you. And my suggestions are the following. Number one, I block my feelings because. Number two, suffering is showing up in my life as. And number three, this is affecting me by. So, as you saw in that previous video about releasing with the full moon, hint, hint, check out that card if you haven't seen this video already. The journal prompts are really important as they are allowing you to start to really raise your awareness as to what's going on. And for some of you, if you don't journal regularly, this might feel a little bit strange. And so go ahead and start using your brain to answer these questions or these statements that we're using with the journal prompt. And eventually you'll find that you just continue that thought without actually thinking about it. And the whole point of doing this is so that you can raise your awareness, look at what you've got presented in front of you, and decide now what it is that you are ready to release. So, part three of our video is looking at some rituals that you can do with the actual full moon to facilitate the releasing of that which is no longer serving you. And so, perhaps say when you were doing your journal prompts, you discovered that suffering is showing up in your life in a very specific way. Maybe it is weight gain, for example, or joint pain, or it doesn't matter what it is, just absolutely anything. You've got this revelation now. And now you sit with yourself and you just ask for real, right? Am I ready to let this go? And I say to really ask because sometimes the answer is no. Even though you can tell that this is not the place where you ultimately want to stay, you don't want to be impacted this way. Now is not the right time. So you go back to it and you ask again later and see, wait for you to be ready, right? What you're really waiting for is your unconscious mind to be ready to let that go. So, in the letting go, we've talked about in previous videos different ways that you can do this. Today, I'm going to suggest something nice and easy, which is to burn your piece of paper that has written on it everything that you are ready to let go. So, a beautiful way to do this, if you have a safe place that you can burn this, is to actually have it all on one piece of paper or each one on separate pieces of paper, doesn't matter. Wait for the full moon and do it up as a real ritual so that the intention is there that as you burn this, it is going up in smoke and being released, right? Being carried off to be transmuted elsewhere, that it no longer is part of you. And so you can read each one out and then burn each one if it's on a separate piece of paper, or you can read them all out individually, right? So say your full name. I am Lisa Sabania Gustafson, and I am ready, willing, and able to release from my life. And then you start to read your list. Maybe it's just one thing. That's okay. When you're finished with the reading, you burn that piece of paper, or like I said, each individual piece of paper, giving thanks for what it offered you at the time, but again, with that intention that you are now free from it. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I love serving you in this way. If you haven't already subscribed, please go ahead and do so that you don't miss notification of our next video that is coming in a week's time, which is all about what you can be doing with the new moon to bring in things to you that will help you to heal this heart chakra and replace what you have just released. Until then, bless.